Yo, what up YouTube? Today we got ourselves a special video with the BR tournament that Scuffy's going to be hosting on Friday. I thought it'd actually be a pretty interesting idea to go over who some of the top all-star warriors are, top BR grinders are. Essentially I just took the top leaderboards of BR and sorted by wins and basically went through the first 6 or so pages. That ended up being about 110 people, so if you don't see any names on the list, it's not necessarily that they aren't good or great BR players, but this is basically the guys that grind day in and day out. We're about 8 months into the game, towards the end of the cycle. This pretty much amounted to about 1,100 games per player. So these are the guys that are they're playing. They're doing about 100 plus wins per month. The total amount of wins ends up being just around 900 and up. So if you don't see a name on here, it's not necessarily that they aren't good or these top ladder players are for ranked seasons aren't in here. It's mostly just because they don't play BR a lot, and these guys are more of what I would consider the grinders of BR. We're gonna break it down into 4 separate categories. I took down this list in the afternoon on January 16th, so this is basically as of January 16th, so we're a few days afterwards. So obviously some of the numbers could have changed, but we're breaking this down into 4 different categories. I essentially wanted to see who the best hitters are, who the best pitchers are, and then we have our wins and then our win rate. We're not really claiming who the best is in this video. I'm just kind of giving you a culmination of the top players, or at least the top 10 or so in each category, and let you break down from there, with a few honorable mentions at the end. Guys that didn't qualify but obviously are really great players due to their just kind of outliers and ability to play this game just in general. The first category we're going to go over is ERA. These are going to be our better pitchers. I kind of have a little caveat to this list, mostly because some of these guys that were even in the list have high ERAs over 20 runs, which is kind of there's a bit of an anomaly in the counting stats. It seems that earlier in the year something got a little out of whack, and some of these accounts still kind of save that. So they may definitely be better than they are, but as of right now, this is kind of just where the list stands. Ranks 11 through 20, just to give you an idea of who's just outside of the list, and here they are. Here's on to our top 10. Coming in at number 10 is Blackleg24. He's got a 3.95 ERA in just about 1,400 games. Next, coming in 9th is Dr. Corbo. He's got a 3.94 ERA in about 1,700 games. Next, we got GPAP coming in at 8. He's got a 3.84 ERA in just under 1,700 games. Up next, just pipping him, is Speed Demon. He's got a 3.82 ERA in just over 2,500 games played. Also popping in with a 3.82 ERA is Simple Sai. He's got 1,300 games. He just does have a little bit of a better winning percentage. Really, I didn't sort whether or not, so basically these guys are tied. Coming in at 5 is Dalasai with a 3.70 ERA. He's played just over 1,500 games. Next up with a 3.59 ERA is OP Dr. Thunder. He's got just under 1,200 games played. Now we're getting into our top 3. Coming in as 3rd is Aristotle's 4. In 1,780 games, he has a 3.51 ERA. Coming in 2nd with a 2.99 ERA is myself? Not Gouda? What can I say? If you want to know how well I pitch, just come into the stream. Maybe you might learn a few things or two. And finally, coming in at number 1 with a crazy 2.79 ERA is Spider Monkey in just under 1,900 games. I have played him before, and being that I remember playing him, I do definitely remember that he was a pretty solid pitcher. He's very tough he's a tough guy to hit against, and obviously it goes to show being at the top of this list. Now let's move on to hitting. Now these are the guys that you're not going to be able to throw many pitches over the plate to. You're going to have to get them chasing. They probably got amazing eyes. And just in general, it's going to be frustrating to throw against these guys. But we're actually going to sort this by OPS, mostly because this actually gives us a little bit better idea of who our power hitters are, as opposed to just who gets bailed the most. So here's basically our second half of the list, our number 11 through 20. You can see here there's a big grouping of guys, especially a bunch of Twitch streamers, guys who play a lot of BR, guys you may know just from watching them on YouTube or Twitch, and you know that these guys are great hitters in general. Another thing to notice with this list, being that we're a 1500 OPS, we also have win rates that are essentially all above 80% win rate. So these guys are tough competition no matter what. Coming in at number 10, Dirty Dan with a 1534 OPS in 1300 games. He's also a big Twitch streamer. Give him a follow. Coming in at number 9, Donnie B. He's got a 1542 OPS in 1265 games. And this is just the bottom of the list. We're talking about guys that are hitting clips above 1500 OPS. This is crazy. Coming in at number 8 with a 1549, we're just going to call him General Snooze. He's got just over 1300 games with a 1576 OPS. His brother man in 1287 games. Now, I'm not sure how to say this next one, but we're finally eclipsing the 1600 OPS. Coming in with an OPS of 1609, we're just going to say Meyerless. If we got any other way to say it, I don't know. Coming in at number 6 with the 1621 OPS in just under 1600 games is Big Daddy B, who also advertises his Twitch in his team name. Give him a look. Now here, we get into our top 5. These are going to be some big names. If you see them in the batter's box, you may just want to walk them. I don't know. Just quit out dashboard. Just figure out a way to get them out. I don't know. I'm not going to be the one to tell you how to get them out. With the 1630 OPS, coming in is Denial. He's got over 2,000 games played. And we all know that he can hit the ball pretty well. Coming in at number 3, an absolute demon at the plate. One of the biggest grinders out there. He's got the most flawless that any of us know. With the 1655 OPS is Razor Sharp. This is just his main account, but it's still a nod to see these types of numbers in just under 2,000 games played. Coming in at number 2, we're getting close to the 1700 OPS. With a 1695 OPS and also sporting an average that is above 500 is Mikey is back. He's got just over 1200 games played, and I'm not even sure how a lot of people get this guy out. Maybe it's just the RNG. And now, to top off this list, with the 1698 OPS, just under 1700. He's hitting at a clip of 491 in 1091 games, and that is Faded Tortoise. This whole list of hitters has got to be pretty scary to go against. Now, here are the guys that grind out the game. They have the most wins in MLB the Show 21. This is kind of what the list was compiled off of. We're going to give you a quick look at our 6 through 20. Since this is basically the leaderboard in game, you can always check it out too, but I'll just give you the top 5 real quick. Coming in at number 5 with 1809 wins is Just Melty. Number 4, you've already seen him on the list earlier, with 1810 games, is Speed Demon. With 1817 wins, number 3 on our list is Minimal Contact. Number 2 on the list with 1885 wins is You Can't See Me. Obviously, our big number 1 is gonna be none other than Xanderverse TTV. You can also give him a follow on Twitch. Check him out. Now, I also want to give one caveat here too. Coming in at number 6 is Razor Sharp. Like I said before, he also has another account. I actually didn't look it up, so I don't know exactly how many total wins we have here. I'm sure he's pretty close up to being in the top 3, if not number 2. The only way I can look up this leaderboard is just through single accounts, and I don't know everyone's alt accounts and whatnot, so we're just kind of giving it as this list. Now, here we've got our top win rates in BR. This kind of gives you a better idea outside of just wins and games played, and even OPS. These are the guys that know how to pitch and hit well on All-Star, come up in the clutch and win these games and get these flawlesses. Here we're going to give you the list of 11 through 20. You're going to see a lot of familiar names that we've already talked about. And now we'll move on to our top 10. Our whole top 10 has a win rate above 82%. That means these guys are winning just under 5 out of 6 games. Coming in with an 82.54% win rate is Z Daddy Dinosaur. He's got just just under 1,100 games. Number 10, 83.79% in 1,800 games is Pepe. Pepe is very humble, but I think you should also check him out on Twitch. He is a great player, and you can probably learn a lot from him too. Coming in at number 8, 84.3% win rate is none other than myself. Now, I was a bit surprised, but this is also the reason why I wanted to compile this list a bit. This is also why I wanted to compile this list, just to kind of see where I stood, or at least how I felt I stood. But I'm not necessarily saying in no way that I'm even considered top 10 with these guys, because I think there's a lot of guys on this list that are really good, and I'm still learning a lot in this game too. Coming in at number 7 with an 84.6% win rate in just over 2,000 games is Denial. To have a win rate with over 2,000 games like this is pretty crazy to keep that up. Number 6, 84.6% win rate is Dr. Corbo in just over 17. Now, we got another familiar name, one of the guys that topped the list earlier, coming in at number 5 with an 85% win rate, Faded Tortoise. And here, we're sitting with guys that win 6 out of 7 games on average. We're at the 86% win rate mark, with an 86.01 win rate is Brother Man in just under 1,300 games. And here we get to our top 3. I don't think these 3 names are going to be surprised if you've looked at the other part of the list. These are going to be some of your top hitters. With an 86.14% win rate in just over 1,800 games is none other than Ray Cheesy. He's also another big Twitch streamer. He's got a YouTube. Give him a sub, give him a like, give him a follow on Twitch. Coming up with an 86.21, just pipping out Ray, is Mikey, one of the better hitters in the game. He's got the top average of this whole list with an average of 505 in just over 1,200 games. And the best win rate of the whole top 110-ish is none other than a familiar face, Razor Sharp. And not only is he just making it, not only is he number 1, he's doing it by almost a landslide, a full 2 percentage points above our number 2. This is an 88.75% win rate on this account, and that's almost 2,000 games. It is just ridiculous. This man is a downright legend. He's also a Twitch streamer, streams almost all of his games. Give him a follow, and you'll also see why he's got 67 flawlesses to this day right now. Now, one of the honorable mentions that I wanted to cover, who didn't actually make the qualifying list, but is also considered one of the best players, and there's a reason why. He's played just over 700 games of BR, but he has an astonishing win rate, 91.5% win rate, an 1,837 OPS, higher than anyone else on this list. He's got a 500 average, and it is none other than Zobliterator. It is downright mind-boggling how well and how consistent he can be in BR in one of the most random game modes that a lot of people consider. I'm gonna list some flawlesses here and just kind of some per game attributes for it, but my list is fully incomplete. I basically ended up DMing a couple of the guys that I did know, just to see exactly how they stack up with their per games. So if you are on this list, or if you're on the spreadsheet, just shoot me a DM message or something like that, whether it be on Twitter or even comment down below. We'll just update the spreadsheet. As you can see, Ray and Razor are essentially taking the top of the charts. Zoe is literally unreal, with basically 21 games per flawless. And that's it for some of the top BR grinders in MLB the Show 21. I'm going to take this spreadsheet and share it, so it's going to be down in the description, so you can check it out. If you're within this list, if you've got over like 900 wins in BR, you can check out to see where you rank. You can sort the different columns and everything like that and check it out. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share it. Please subscribe. I'm planning on actually kind of building out this channel centered around some BR stuff. So I got some runs that I got to go through and build out. And also, with the flawlesses that we do have a count. If your name is actually on the list and you want to see it, we'll update that spreadsheet. And please let me know how many you have, and we can kind of give it an idea, or give everyone else an idea of where everyone stacks up and whatnot. For anyone that I didn't call out for your Twitch stream, you can leave a comment with your channel and everything like that too, because I just want to, you know, spread the love for all the BR guys that are within the community that also stream at the same time. I mean, even if you're not on the list, go for it. You know, it's always great to check out other BR grinders. That's it for this video. You know, maybe depending on how like leaderboards go next year, we can kind of adjust this and, I don't know, maybe do a monthly diff or something like that. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but maybe I can get some help with collecting this data throughout the year or anything like that, and we'll take it from there. Peace.